everyone, Miss Meek here, and today we're going to talk about dividing integers. Now remember, integers are negative and positive whole numbers, so we're going to be talking about how to divide a negative by a negative by a positive, and all those different combinations for whole numbers that are negative and positive. But first of all, we're going to talk about how to do this with some modeling. We're going to be using some counters. So when we talk about a division problem, let's label all the different parts. Our first number here is going to be our total. It is how much we have. Okay, it's how much we have. And then our second number here is what we are dividing by. So what we're doing right here is we are dividing this 12 is being divided into 3 groups. And our answer here that we're going to get in just a moment, our answer is going to be how many are in each group. So the answer we get is how many is in each group. So we have our total. We're dividing that total up into 3 groups. And our answer is going to be how many are in each group. So here's my total. I have 12 negatives. So I'm going to draw my 12 negatives here. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now I'm going to divide my 12 negatives up into 3 equal groups. So here is one group, here is one group, and here is the last group. And my answer is how many are in each group. There are -4 in each group. So -12 divided by 3 is a -4. Now, hopefully this kind of makes sense, but if you don't want to draw pictures for every single division problem that you do, there are some rules that you can use to help you figure out, is it negative or is my answer going to be positive? These rules are actually the same as multiplying integers. So if you have not checked out my multiplying integer video, you might want to do that because these rules are going to be very, very similar. So if I have a positive number divided by a positive number, so for example, if I have a 10 being divided by a positive 5, my answer is going to be a positive 2. If I have a negative number, like -10, being divided by a negative number, like -5, my answer is still going to be a positive 2. My answer will be positive. Okay, my answer will be positive. If I have the same signs, I'm going to get a positive answer. Now, what happens if I have different signs? So say that I have a positive number, like a positive 15, and I divide it by a negative number, like a -3. Well, now that I have different signs, my answer is actually going to be negative. It's going to be a -5. Same thing if my negative is first. If I have a negative 15 and I'm dividing by a positive 3, same thing is going to happen. My answer is going to be a -5. All right, if my signs are different, I'm going to have a negative number for an answer. So let's practice that. All right, so on number 1, I have a negative being divided by a positive. So different signs means that my answer is going to be negative, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my answer is a -5. On number 2, I have a -44 being divided by a positive 4. Different signs. So when I have different signs, my answer is going to be negative, and 44 divided by 4 is 11. So my answer is a -11. Now number 3 and number 4 look very different. They look like fractions. So you might be thinking, Miss Meek, this is not a division problem. These are fractions. What are you doing? Okay. But we can actually write division problems like a fraction. All right. Our fraction bar right here actually can represent a division problem because it means to divide by or divided by. So I have -48 divided by 12. So again, I have a negative up here and I have a positive down here. Okay, this problem is the same as -48 divided by 12, by the way. So am uncomfortable with the way it looks, you can always rewrite it. But as we get into more algebraic thinking, we're definitely going to see division problems written as fractions. So we got to get used to that. But I do have, back to the math here, I do have different signs. So that means my answer is going to be negative. And 48 divided by 12 is 4. So this is going to be a negative 4. On our last one here, I have a positive 24 on top there and a negative 6. Again, this is a division problem. I can write this as a division problem. It would be 24 divided by 6 if I wanted to. But again, as we get up into older math, as we grow in our 6th grade knowledge, we have to get used to looking at division as fractions as well. And so I have 24, I have a negative 6. That means my signs are different, and so this is going to be a negative. Okay, and so 24 divided by 6 is a negative 4 again. So all of these happen to be negative. All right, if I had same signs, so like for example on number 4, if that had been a negative 24 and a negative 6, they would have been an answer of a positive 4. So same signs mean a positive answer, different signs mean a negative answer. And this is the same for multiplication too. These rules are not any different. Okay guys, I hope that this cleared up any confusion you had about dividing integers, and maybe you learned something new from this video. I will talk to you later. Bye!